All you need to do is call the Gwagwalada team rather than call someone from Gusi. All these kind of operational logistics are very critical to success of business and optimizing, because even in our case in Nigeria, some of what we have is not effectively used and we still clamor for more. It is data utilization that can lead to effective use and deployment of some of these things. So this is just another overview of how GIS method in this case can facilitate, getting projects to economic viability along the value chain. This does emphasize what I just said. The data sets are collected, tools are used so that you have a simplified flow like this and you are able to get to where you are going. We have gotten to the point of demo. I will introduce this platform to it. Was built by the Nigerian Energy Support Programme as a response to some of the data challenge. Well, this is just an application. There are millions that will be built. It's not the, if I can build a better version of it, but this is just like a trial of what is possible using data. So the platform was launched on the 10th of November 2020. It's called the Nigerian Energy for All data platform. You will get the link. You can go to the link. So it comprises of 4 major entities. We have what is called the SC for All web map. We also have a front-end website. We have what is called the data manager, and there is a capacity development aspect of it as well, where you can learn some of the skills that we talked about initially. Not all of them, just some of them. I will show you a demo of all the components now. I will just explain. The web map is actually the GIS web interface, whereby you can use existing data sets and some predefined applications and queries to make some interaction with data for electrification planning, site identification, preliminary analysis. It's like a contained environment to use data. Then there is the data manager part of it. This data manager is like a data warehouse. This is where all the data sets that was developed along this initiative is housed, and more are being added. And even it has a crowdsourcing functionality where, as an independent person, you can contribute data to the platform, and anybody can download it. So this is actually where you want to come to. If you want to create a data application, you want to use digitalization, and it's tailored as well. Another unique thing is it's tailored to electrification data, and that's what you should take away from this masterclass, to use data utilization skills to tailor solutions to this sector. So if you get to this platform now, you don't see data about grinding machine here or data about cassava. It's an electrification data platform. So if you want to create a software, solving this particular problem, or you go back to your company now, or maybe you are still searching for your, you can say, what I want to focus on now is how company can sell solar home systems, or how company can always report their carbon emission savings annually without stress. Just put all what you can say, put all your diesel sales or diesel purchase this year, or your solar installation. Once you put it into that platform, it gives you a solar a savings calculation in carbon equivalent. So that's the platform, and then we also identify that just like was said at the beginning, there is need for expertise and skill in this sector. So we created this e-learning platform whereby there are on-demand courses on GIS, on grid analysis, and a couple of courses are also there. You can also visit it later. Okay, so this is how we created the database. This is just an overview of how the database was created. We use GIS, we use databases. This is the approach. We did the data cleaning. We created the database management system on PostgreSQL, and then we have the web platform where it's being disseminated. So this is just an overview of how that platform was created. So I think the next now is for me to demonstrate it to you live. Wants me to go back. Nobody will get this slide. You will get this slide. Everybody that said I'm going to get this slide. I will just go to the platform live. Just give me a minute. I can be preparing your questions now because after this segment we have the Q&A and you can ask questions. And I hope you've been finding value in the presentation. Also, internet access here. Okay, unfortunately, the data, the internet is a bit troublesome in this location, but I do have some existing screens. So, yeah, so let me just open. Unfortunately, the internet is a bit bad at the moment, but I have an interface of the platform. So if you can follow what I'm doing now, you'll see that. So this is, for instance, this is the interface for what we call the mini grid. Example, the mini grid, you see that it has different kind of application. You can search for the states, for instance. So if you click on the state, for instance, click it there, and you can reduce your interest and say how far the grid is, the community is from the grid, and some of these other applications are there. Unfortunately, some of what I actually want to demonstrate is not showing up because of internet connectivity in this event. Or apologies for that. But you want to visit the link afterwards. But as I've said, this is just an example of a data analytics tool, actualization tool that is geared towards, promoting renewable energy and energy efficiency generally. And this is some of the things that you can tap into using the skills that we've covered initially to develop. You can develop your own. You can use this kind of tool even as part of your workflow to tackle a specific problem, either for an organization or for yourself, or for developing. A very good thing as well is that so if you go back to the slide, take a step back. So if you have any of these skill sets, like I have said, you can use that platform to also, apply some of these and take it elsewhere or even develop similar. So this is some of the. So let's go to. Okay, now so this covers a summary of some of the problems solved by data and GIS-based tools, geographic location of each and every settlement, statistics, precise geolocation for distribution network, and maps and whatever. These are some of the achievements that is on our own platform that I just showed to you. When you visit, you can analyze some of these there. And even if you get there, if you don't understand some of the application, the e-learning platform that is attached to it, you will see walkthroughs, videos, blogs that you can follow to deploy some of this. Okay, so I'm guessing a lot of us will also be interested in this. So we've talked about the skills, we've talked about the area of application, then where can you learn them, which is also part of what you can take away from here. So of course, we are selling our own e-learning platform. We have a lot of courses that you can go there and take, it's free. And we also do what we call mapathons. I don't know if anybody has heard about hackathons, where you go and code. What we do is mapathon, where we actually map on mass community to make them attractive, document them for education access. So you can join our mapathon virtually and physical. Sometimes we organize physical mapathons like this, and monthly or thereabouts, we also hold virtual ones where you join online, participate, and map communities. And the external learning platform are many, they are numerous, that are free, and also some of them are even paid. You can also invest in yourself to learn some of these skills. So you can go to Nigeria, Coursera, Udemy, edX, and most importantly, YouTube. Don't just watch skits there. There are a lot of skills that I learned on YouTube watching someone do a walkthrough video. So it's a good learning platform if you use it for learning. Also, it's to entertain yourself and use it for both. So these are places that you can go to. The list is not exhaustive. There are a lot of other platforms. You can go to the World Bank website. You can go to a lot of international development organization websites. They have free learning resources. In some cases, what you might need is data. You can also go to data warehouses, open data warehouses, created data warehouses, where you can pick up some of these things. When you learn data skill, you might need data to practice. Then another good thing you can do to keep yourself informed is to follow relevant network in this kind of topics. This is just some from my network and friends. And also, by the time you know how social media works, by the time you click one, it will keep feeding you up. It will tell you follow these 10 other ones. So what that does is that getting this kind of information in your feed will first expose you to opportunities like that. Some of you got some of this job here through the internet and through social media. It also gives you opportunities. You can see a fellowship, you can see an incubator. So just make sure that what you have in your feed, because I used to say all of us must go scrolling our phone, but sometimes you can make what you are scrolling very useful, not just kids and all these funny things on the internet, or whatever you call it. So make sure what you are scrolling is really relevant, so that by the time you scroll 5 minutes, you gain at least the useful information and scroll the ODI. So if you see me pressing my phone, I'm not wasting time. I'm gaining something by scrolling relevant information. So I think by this we've come to the end of the masterclass. I want to hope that it was impactful for you and I will hand over to Fauzi and now to take anybody that has specific question or info or just have anything in comments. Thank you very much, Fauzi.
Thank you, Tafe. As usual, that was very insightful, and I hope we enjoyed the class. So I'll open the floor for questions. Please just let me know if you have any question. I'll walk up to you and give you the mic to ask your question. Tafe is here to respond. So, any questions?
Anybody has a question?
Because there were so many questions, right? So I was wondering what's happening in Abuja. Please introduce yourself and then.
This is Jeffrey. I know this into this I'm taking it very well. So I will need a guide from you since you are into data management. I really want to be.
Thank you.
So
we'll take maybe 3 questions then.
Thank you. My name is Desmond. I'm an electrical engineer by graduates. I did a course on ETA, Electrical Asset Analysis Program. And
It's very funny that now some of these things are coming into play. I did my course in 2013. There are very few persons even knew about it. So in doing those courses, I could not apply it. I think what I'm saying and what the opportunities are, you've actually shown us that yes, these things can be done. I've also wanted to be in the data space. And yes, I've been gathering data because I kind of did a little twist to the agricultural sector using my knowledge in engineering. So I'm doing a little consulting there, but I have to manage the renewable energy, which is also my calling. So I think with what you've been able to show us today, it means there are a lot of opportunities. There are things we need to tap in. So I think one of the things like here just said, we'll need, because the truth is you have the resources in the NESP that you guys are using. That's why you're able to come up with some of this. If it's individuals that are supposed to go into this, you know what it will take for you to do it. Even in terms of gathering data. Funny enough, I've also tried to do one or two things in gathering data, but then what to use the data for is another challenge. I think one of the things you need to help us is maybe we need to form like a group where we can start this kind of conversation. Because yes, there are jobs we created in this space. Like you said, there are some trainings that need to go. Maybe we need to know which one first we need to do. First before we can also okay, this is a level. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to mention, I think you're still very well positioned because you know, like for P3s now, discussions around productive use of energy, and that has brought in the agricultural sector as well. So you're not after line. So I think you should leverage that and your data skills. So.
Good morning. My name is Jonathan. I'm a graduate of electrical engineering, and I'm into machine learning. So I have skills doing machine learning with Python, and I want to streamline it into renewable energy and all. But then integrate renewable energy with the conventional energy system we have. But then the issue now is that I have never found a place to get data. I didn't even know that it exists. I checked and then I saw a platform. So I checked I think Africa. I didn't get on Nigeria. I go to other African countries. So I was thinking, is there a way you can put up internships for us? We have the skills, but then we don't have the data, and we don't know how to streamline it towards the renewable energy sector. So if you can put up internships for us, so that we can still learn and then streamline the processes. Thank you.
That's a good question. Should we take answer them to do another round of questions?
Showing. The battery. Okay, it's on now. Yeah. It's showing now. Okay. So it's like it's not.
Okay, so we'll pick the question one by one. Sorry, I can't recollect the name. Yeah, but as a place to start, this masterclass is an example. I would say we've given a couple of clues to tap into these opportunities by recommending where to learn, associations to join. Another thing, some of the other ideas in my head is we have a robust capacity development plan and activity ongoing, and I would say you should visit the learning platform because it is it is, how do I call it? It is sequenced, and it comes from very base knowledge up to like getting to become a power user. So you gradually follow that, and you follow the network, follow players, also connect with me if you need anything. Just send me an email, whatever guy I can give. I, for instance, to give my own background, I have a degree.
I was trying to fix it.
So I have a degree in civil engineering. I'm not even an electrical engineer. So it shows that I think the first speaker in the morning said, in this world there is no map, there is only a path. So you can start. I started from brick and mortar construction, road construction. Then I moved gradually to what I do now. I also have a degree in data science. I have some of the skill set I've picked along the line, and this is my interest. My interest is always infrastructure planning, both in telco and power sector. So that's how I came to play here. I also work in telecommunication, and I also work in the power sector now. So to just be like interest in tailoring your experiences and gradually to grab some of these and working on practical problems. That's another thing I can give you as a. No matter how small it is, just work on the practical problem, because no matter how much theory or reading or studying, it's when you work on the project rollout as part of the team, you will see that you can increase your capacity too much because you're really playing the real thing. So that's another way to get around. Follow people. So like I said, manage your feed, put the real thing, the meat there. Like now I'm lazy, but there's no day I don't get a video of a course. So I've never watched it. It's always come because there's too much. Yeah, so that's one. And the second person said adapting is the same thing. Like Fauzi has advised, there are even sub niches, playing the agri, a lot of focus in something like e-mobility. There are also sub teams within even the bigger renewable energy that you can play within to also have this opportunity. Then you mentioned internship. We actually do take interns. In fact, we have 2 interns in the working program. From feedbacks we are getting, we might also mention something like creating a special working group, or maybe can also still look at the form of incubation for someone with Python skills like you. And for data, it's very critical you explore our platform because it's been segmented into various. So if you need mass data, just raw data sets, you can see in our data.nigeriansforall.gov.ng. What it just does is pure, you can see JSON, GeoJSON, you can see CSV files that you can run with, you can see other data types that you can port over. So you can then put your script. And also if you are a specialist in Python, GIS will also be an area that you can quickly bootstrap, because GIS is a lot of scripting. And if you know how to script very well, then focus on GIS, picking up the adding scripting to you will take your GIS even further. So that would be my response to that. Okay, so we'll take a few more questions.
Thank you. So 2 more questions. We have one here. Okay, so 3 questions and we're done. Thank you.
So data is the current and the thermal energy, and my background is accounting and marketing. But when we started thermal energy, I needed to understand. I didn't want to be a novice. So when the staff are talking, so I'm able to pick. So what I did was to go to Kenya, the academy Kenya, to learn some things about renewable energy and data. Where renewable energy. So when I want to find out, people going to a community, for instance, I will need data when we are going for solar lamp distribution to help the community. and we need data in that community, we'll be able to get from you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to ask.
Just the additional comment, not necessarily from our
I mean,
from the platform. I will assist you to get what is on our platform and also other sources. And we can also talk because we are also looking at a lot of these solar home system solutions, which we want to use this data and visualization method to make the distribution and sales more efficient. So it's very interesting topic for us.
Thank you. So I'll say we should all try to visit the website and explore the event.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your presentation. My name is Loyalty. I'm actually here representing a company. So this is not strange, but I must say when it comes to digital innovation in the renewable energy sector, there is big opportunity there. My question is based on financial analysis of off-grid communities. I know basically we have a lot of data available, especially on your website, for identifying prospective off-grid communities. We also think we have some tools that you can use to analyze the technical requirement. But when it comes to financial analysis and commercial viability, it is still lacking. And if you try to gather this data by asking members of these communities, okay, what is your earning power? What's your debt portfolio? The data might not be reliable. So I think that's the challenge that many good developers have currently. It is not just gathering data. How do you gather reliable and accurate data? Do you think there's a tool that can help with that instead of just questionnaires asking the locals when they can give you figures that you cannot really validate or know if it is true or not? So that's my question. Thank you.
I think that would be the last question.
That's a very solid question. Based on it, okay.
Because we need to join the
last question. He's giving the last question, and then we'll have a general Q&A at the main hall. So please, you can reserve your questions for that session as well. So for this one, this will be the last thing.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Peter. I study estate management and valuation. So I'm hearing this for the second time. My SQL and so while you were in school, they taught us about this, but we did not put it into practical. We understand. So I'm now seeing the way in which I can put it into practical. So I want to ask. My question is, how can I relate this to real estate so that it will be real value? Because that's not. Thank you.
Okay. If I can recollect, the first question is it from you? From okay, okay, from you for financial data. Well, I don't know how you as what made you come to the conclusion that on the ground data is not more accurate. That we need another kind of high layer data. That would be, in my own opinion, the wrong way to do it in Africa, because most of the challenge we truly have currently is that we don't have base data that we can then deploy second layer applications like machine learning, like pattern recognition, and all the other AI and the rest on top of. So what I would say is that if I have a lot of experience with off-grid questionnaires and the rest, one thing that even I still came up to it recently is that questionnaire design platform, how it's collected, data cleaning, but even before you get to data cleaning, even the questionnaire design is very, very critical. In the sense that also there has to be a form of objectivity in what you really want to collect. Because if you go to a rural community to say you want to get everything, it might be possible. So for instance now, in our own platform, we keep mostly with primary data on infrastructure and location, mostly. And we have an activity track now going on to have socioeconomic data to identify places. So if you go to our platform now, you can isolate a location, and in a few months, that location, you will see their main economic activity. You will see an interview with the community leader. You will see the POI of productive use in that area. So I would say, no matter the level where we have most places in Sub-Saharan Africa, ground data is critical. In fact, surveys must not stop, mapping activities must not stop until we get to a layer whereby, like he says, all building footprint has been captured and attached with contextual information that you can click on and say this place, this is the person resident here, this is that. So that's how. And for financial data, that's, I think it's a bit beyond the scope of this discussion, or even the scope of my listing, but as the drive for financial inclusion, things like CPN, and where everybody can be plugged into the, like moving from unbanked to an unbanked, I can question someone's credit rating, you can question all this. So that is beyond what we can do now. But like I said, it's an opportunity. It could be an area, someone here, or a group of people here can. Yeah. Okay, so we have to round up now. And for chief, for urban and regional planning, estate development, it's the nitty-gritty of mapping. It's just for you to look at how you want to play in it. But you can reach out to me. I thank you very much.
I know.
Yeah, we can get this by
all the presentations we
So I think just so we're fair, there's just one question online. Let's get one question from our online audience. So AJ Chisom says, good morning all. My name is AJ Chisom, a geospatial analyst. How can we grow private awareness on the need for geospatial data-driven solutions as an early stage of development via a concrete-based map and reduce heavy reliance on public stakeholders?
I'm not sure I got the question right, but if I want,
I think it's more like private.
Yeah. So part of what by public, I don't know, maybe you're saying like organizations like mine or like Google and Co. But even on the public and on the private side, we are trying to promote through this masterclass and dissemination of information and to promote people to go into the data economy. Like she said, we are in the age of data. Data is the new oil. Social media companies are mining your data. Everybody's collecting data on each other to optimize and make their activity more efficient. So it will be that to have the mindset itself is a starting point that each data. In fact, there was a place someone came to present a product to me, and when they told me the amount of data they are already collecting, I'm like, are you people already closer to God? Because if you have this much data on someone, why are you still saying, I'm not even afraid, in fact, I'm not even engaged with them. I am still studying how they are using that power. So you have to have that mindset self, and you have to also look at opportunities to play in the field. That's how I answer the question. I hope I tried. Your question is a little too broad for me to answer at the go. Thank you very much. We should return back to the main.
Yes, please. Thank you.
If you have your name on the attendance or you register for the master class, you will definitely. No, I will give you my card.